fight Rocket on all fronts. I wouldn't be surprised if they do go ahead and lock it in.
Yeah, locking the Lulu, so looking to at least offer some protection from Reckless. There is a good answer though into the Lucian. We need to see some more picks before Reckless can really opt for that. Caitlyn, he can even go the likes of Vayne if he wants to, if Rocket Draft allows it, because I feel like Rocket plays pretty aggro in the early game, but they always fall apart in the mid game, so you can almost guarantee on that, and then you can play a really good team fighting composition. If Fnatic wants to, they can also take the other direction where they go skirmish, give the Quinn top lane over to Gamsu and let him roam the map. A lot of options right now with these two building blocks.
Yeah, definitely a lot that they're not revealing to Rocket just yet. Are going to have to guess at what they want to deal with. So, do they go ahead and finish out their bottom lane by picking up that Braum, or do they try for something a little trickery? We have seen this pulled out before. Ryze has also made it through pick and ban. We haven't mentioned him as well.
Yeah.
And Betsy does take him. He's definitely been the highlight of this team, but they might need a little more than that, and I think for now, this is a smarter move. They take the Kindred, and they also will pick up Braum. So they can
I would actually love Kindred jungle, Caitlyn AD carry, and the Lucian top lane right here for the ultimate cheese.
So much AD, man.
Because there's no AD left for Reckless to play then, other than like Misfortune almost. But we're seeing a Braum here.
They give him Quinn. They just have to at that point.
Yeah.
Ezreal's still up too.
Left.
That's something that Reckless has been playing a little bit of when he's had to dip back in the pool.
All right, I take that back. I take my cheese comment back completely. Ezreal's a completely fine AD carry, especially later in the game. If you can get Blue S to late game with Lulu, it's absolutely disgusting because nobody can touch him. The amount of kite that he can produce.
Another late game choice would be that Caitlyn too, but there's definitely still enough for Reckless to fall back on, and they don't have to take it all the way just yet. We'll see what they do decide to answer with.
Yeah, I want to see some more aggression or at least some engage coming out of the support. I really hope Noxac doesn't lock into Janna, because then otherwise Fnatic may fall into the trap that Elements set for themselves last week, where they go full disengage, but if you then fall behind, you have no way of starting a fight. It makes the composition a little tricky to play, so definitely need to watch out, because Rocket's early game has been decent to actually great. They actually got a decent amount of leads there in the very early stages of the game.
That's a really good point. They've been able to keep even, actually, with almost all the teams they've played against up to a point. And if they can build up a significant enough lead on this bully bot lane, if they take the 2v2, that could be trouble for Reckless and Noxiac.
Yeah, Rocket will have to swap though. Like, you don't want to lane Lucian Braum into Janna Caitlyn. You have one shot to win that at level 3, and if you don't like get significant trade lead there, which is super hard to do, especially with teleports in the equation, you will just get outpoked and outsustained. But Rocket, if you look at what they can do with Braum in terms of blocking this enhanced Caitlyn once it comes online, to soak up a lot of damage, then peel for the backline Betsy. He's no longer playing against the Alistar that Elements had, where they knocked Ryze all the way into Africa, as the famous voice clip played out there. Rocket have enough damage actually to go for these fights. They have Peel with the Kindred ulti, they have Peel with the Braum and Kite, especially if Extinct does go for the exhaust.
And they got plenty of chase.
Yeah, they got chase with the Ryze if he does get his combo off, and more importantly, they have side lane pressure with the Fiora. It will be rough into the Quinn matchup though. I'm actually not sure if Freddy has watched this matchup enough, because Quinn is notorious as a pick being picked into Fiora, so that may actually be very rough for Rocket. I think it all hinges on the lane swap at this point. They dodged the 2v2 Janna Caitlyn, and they dodged a really rough Quinn Fiora matchup.
Yeah, this is a little bit strange too, since this is definitely not Freddy's forte. He has actually not picked up Fiora yet this split. I'm curious to see how he does on it, but he's all smiles at the moment.
Yeah, he's always all smiles at the start of the game. Everybody always smiles at the start of the game.
I suppose that's true, as Fnatic will take their time at deciding if they do want that Quinn matchup, and they actually lock in the Malphite, so we get to see the Quinn jungle coming back.
So we could see actually the rationale behind this pick, especially if you looked at the hovers. Fnatic hovered Lee Sin, so they want the Quinn matchup in the top lane because it's good into the Fiora, but they do recognize that they run the risk of getting lane swapped upon and then getting kind of outscaled and outfought in the mid game, so they wanted a hard engage component. Lee Sin can offer that if he flanks, but it's conditional hard engage. It's very hard to pull off, and you can get flashed off. That's why they say, well, you know what, we'll put the Quinn in the jungle and just get Malphite on get top lane on a tank engage like Malphite. Yeah. That does pose the risk then, obviously, that lane later on gets won by Freddy. Fiora will eventually outsustain a Malphite if he gets a lead. As we saw in the duel between Soaz, a lost game against the Atom there in the bottom lane. Eventually, Fiora can whittle away and out pressure. But it at least offers hard engage. I like it, because otherwise Fnatic would have too much disengage, too much kite.
Well, it's definitely how much do you trust your top laner. Gamsu has shown sporadic performance as the two coaches shake hands, get ready to walk off of this one. So we'll have to see who takes it out today. But let us know on Twitter what you think at LOL Esports is the place. Hashtag ROC win or hashtag FNC win. Will Fnatic rack one up on the board once again to 2-0 this week? Or will Rocket come back and pick up their second win of the split? We'll have to find out as we get ready and get loaded onto the Rift.
And Rocket playing double TP.
Oh, they're getting hyped. Last game of the day, last game of the week here in Europe. Let's get ready.
Let's load onto the Rift. There they are, 5 champions and the Nexus. Beautiful.
That's how it all begins, Crepo. As you well know. To see how Airwax handles this newly re-enabled Kindred versus Spirit. He has played the Quinn before, definitely racked up an impressive score on that one.
I'm actually not sure who wins the duel in the jungle.
280 carries.
Because Kindred deals a deceptive amount of damage, but it's very hard for us to track these duels because you have the blind that Quinn can procure, but we have a very hard time tracking that as spectators to see how hard it influences decision making.
You can't play Wolf though. Extinct will find Noxiac. Throws the shield on to start up. For the most part though, we've got these line of scrimmage trying to deter any early aggression, any early warding attempts.
Yeah.
We might end up having the 2v2.
Yeah,
pull something quick.
Still think to enable most of these lanes, Rocket will still want a lane swap. Let's see if they actually buy into it.
Minions have spawned.
Reckless and Noxiac. They'd already spotted Noxiac on the bottom side. Extinct should see them coming here.
Alright, don't reveal yourself right now, Extinct.
Oh,
Tabs
Tab
walks
does.
over the ward. That's interesting. Why reveal free information? He's still in that ward?
Yeah, they're not backing away either. Looks like they go to start the Krugs, actually.
Oh my lord, Extinct. Okay, don't walk over the ward now. And
Oh, he did it. Alright. Everything is revealed. Fnatic know what's going on. They take the 2v2.
2v2, late to lane, against double ranged. So what Reckless and Noxiac now have to do is don't touch any creeps. Like, you don't want to over push. Extinct needs to walk up and draw minion aggros to force the push, because otherwise this will get really ugly. They can literally walk up, whenever Braum Q goes on cooldown, walk up and double trade on tabs. Especially once these minions start going down a little bit. There's not a minion aggro right now, yeah. They're getting zone of CS. Luckily, Fnatic kind of messed up this push. They over pushed, so they will be able to farm a lot on the tower. But yeah, this just shows you how hard this matchup's going to be, and it'll stay this hard. Unless we get a full Braum passive stacked up, there's nothing they can do at this moment.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard for this Rocket bottom lane. You heard Singh talking earlier about Extinct and the troubles he might face on this support role that he has faced already, and against Noxiac, more experience there. In terms of supporting role, Febiven takes a little damage as he returns fire onto Betsy.
Ooh, level 2 cheesy gank
Level
here from
2
Spirit with the Ignite from Febiven. Look at the shutdown the Rise.
Got that red buff. Let's see if he can get Betsy to step too far forward. Got to burn his flash. And there we go. In Rune Prison goes Febiven, but Betsy knows something is up and he has to run away.
Yeah.
You know, too, we didn't talk about this, but that summoners, that double teleport might come in handy for Rocket. Definitely will come in handy for Rocket if they use it wisely. But not now.
Yeah, if everyone playing with the Ignite, going for the lane win with level 2 gank, the fact that Glitter Lance missed, you see ROC is hiding in that brush. On your left, he's hiding in that brush, so Spirit's going to pass straight into ROC here.
Yeah, but low on the health already, so he is able to get back in and vaults right on over. ROC will dodge. Spirit takes a lot. You talked about deceptive damage.
Jesus, he went full on Matrix on that Quinn. He just dodged that projectile, stepped out of the way. He did have the level advantage, but even with the level advantage, that was a very close trade. Betsy did not want to walk up to Spirit to not give away the gank, so he went back to lane. Extinct with the zoning Q, the most powerful of them all. Yeah, Tab needs to see if he can get any CS here and avoid the poke.
Stuck under that tower as a Lucian is not a place you want to be. Hitting level 3 though. See if he can return fire. Could have all of his spells. Got the ultimate available as he dodges forward. Reckless nets back. Takes one shot of the 2.
This is for Given's dream, by the way. Janna Kate, Lucian Braum with the early push.
Yeah.
That's when he wakes up happy. Because he loves playing this stuff. Not too much action will happen in this lane. It'll be continuous poke. We'll hear it if somebody dies. Let's take a look at some of these other lanes.
Yeah, up at the top side, Freddy and Gamsu, we talked about this since we saw it in the last matchup. Definitely a rough ask later on for Malphite, but to begin with, Gamsu is not having too much trouble. He's got a mini wave at his back, and he's not down too much CS to start things off. Spirit, meanwhile, is hanging around on this bottom side after he picks up blue buff. I'm curious to see where he goes. I have a feeling since the lanes are going to be fairly passive, that the junglers will influence a lot of this early game.
Yeah, same case as we saw in the Giants match. It's all up to what the junglers can do here. ROC now level 4. The fact that Betsy sidestepped that glitter lance and made Spirit reveal himself actually mattered so much for the early game because it gave Rocket an experience lead on ROC. It gave Betsy a momentum lead in lane.
Oh!
Extinct going in aggressively, forcing the play here.
Yeah, Airwax is in. He's got the Wolf Frenzy on. Reckless is caught. He's first blooded. It goes to Airwax and a well-spent flash. They nearly clip Noxiac on the back of it, too.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about. You have one shot. You have one aggressive move where you need to flash in, apply the passives, chase him down the lane. And then hopefully your jungler comes in to apply some auto attacks, and Reckless goes down, and this just buys so much time here. If Betsy can survive, this is a really good opening for Rocket.
Yeah, Noxiac may not be so lucky. Airwax on the chase. Extinct will force the Q after the Winter's Bite comes down. So Noxiac stays in lane and holds the line. But good start for Rocket. We talked about their early game, how well they're able to hold at the very least even. But they've got themselves a lead here with that first blood. 300 gold isn't much, but it's definitely a start against a team like Fnatic. Now Freddy, he's going to have to get out of the way. A Spirit and Gamsu are right on him. There's the vault up. Freddy getting a little low on this Fiora, but he stays alive. Febivin, they might look for a dive here. Stops the back. Oh, he was at the shop. Uh-oh, Ignite's on. Freddy's down. Febivin just solos him.
Yeah, Febivin out of nowhere. Freddy proud of himself that he dodged that skill shot, made his way to the tower, and suddenly, a wild surprise because Febivin pushed in the mid lane while Betsy TP'd back to lane, disappeared. Just want to watch that again. Could Noxiac have done something in terms of Tornado? Must have been used already. Yeah, just really good closing in, applying the passives. That's the difference, or not the difference, that's the risk of playing on a long lane with Janna Caitlyn. You really need your wards out far enough that you can at least make it out before the jungler closes the gap. Good move by Rocket.
Turns into that nightmare. So Rocket got that, but Fnatic did even the kill score. They beat up on Freddy up in the top side, his Fiora debut. Definitely getting a little rougher there, but he's close on even with Gamsu in the CS department. Febivin, meanwhile, in the mid is sitting at a deficit to Betsy, but couldn't quite pull the kill out with the help of Spirit.
Yeah, because Febivin lost that lane. Betsy got a little bit of extra farm. The kill did go to Fabi, so he is actually ahead in the lane. And Gamsu only got an assist, so in terms of map impact, that kill won't matter too much as long as Betsy can stay alive. And that's why you see ROC here as well, coming in support role, making sure that he can comfortably push out that wave and let it reset. So all in all, this early game is just completely even, and things are looking surprisingly decent for Rocket.
Yeah, indeed. Fnatic still letting the lanes play out as they will. Have to see. Since we do know, in the weeks that we've seen Fnatic, this new squad, they've had mixed success here as Airwax sets up. Tries to get the bait, but the ward will spot him. Spirit that man on your screen there.
Yeah, but you
played on a number of teams.
They're working as a team. They have triple pink ward set up already defensively, which means they can use their wards aggressively in front of it. They have deep vision in Fnatic's jungle. We saw Betsy move with Airwax into the jungle, get ready. We saw Extinct. A little difficulty aiming with the shield, you know, to learn that support role, but
sometimes goes sideways.
We see people work together on this Rocket squad, which is showing some signs of early game brilliance, at least in the making, compared to Giants, who are just really looking for even that already.
Well, despite the rough start in the CS that Tabs and Extinct had, you can definitely see a marked difference from Saphir's performance as Freddy goes in onto Gamsu here. The duel commences. We've seen so many fights like this in our previous game.
Alright, look at bot lane right now. We have a lane gank from level 5 Spirit.
Airwax isn't far behind.
Airwax level 6 counter, this could be ugly. Look at Reckless' item build as well. Because of that well-timed gank from Airwax, he couldn't get his BF sword, so he couldn't break open this matchup. Playing this lane on a pickaxe is a complete difference, as opposed to having a BF available with the Janna shield to get even more damage. So suddenly, the Lucian Brown lane is even farming to the Janna Kate.
Spirit's help, they'll be able to keep Extinct and Tabs way far under this tower. The time being, Reckless dodging out all the damage. And it looks like Febivin might be in for a pincer if he steps too far out. Airwax is around the side here. The Rune Prison comes in. Low on mana. Have to use his ultimate and his flash to go in. Airwax was tanking the tower, but he gets the kill. And in comes the big rock. But there goes the Lamb's Bite. Airwax dueling 1v2. Betsy around the side to try and help. Shut down gold over to Spirit with Noxiac coming in at the last second.
Yeah,
one for
communication. Good read there by Betsy. Doesn't go for the greed return kill onto the enemy jungler because he knows the support was roaming, but this lead, Reckless exposed.
Yep, Tabs sends out a big culling, but he doesn't hit enough of Reckless, and Extinct is the one who has to throw the unbreakable shield down. Reckless will be able to cause some counter pressure pushing there as Spirit and Valor form Hightail's down.
Yeah, but he passed the pink ward in the pixel brush in the river, so really good usage of these defensive pink wards. That spotted the roam from Noxiac mid, which then prompted the engage bottom, which forced Reckless to use his heal. It also spotted Spirit's movement. Now Spirit gets spotted in the jungle again. Rockat's vision control is allowing them to keep complete tabs on what Fnatic is doing.
Tabs himself has been able to keep this lane in check despite falling down a little bit of CS. He's still hanging strong. Rocket are really looking good in this early game, and it's something that we have said with hope in our voices this split, but it's come crashing down way too many times for them. I'm curious to see if they can keep it up this game. For now, it's dead even at 10 minutes on the mark.
Yeah, and they have the mid to late game insurance too. By no means do they get outscaled, especially later in the game if you consider that Braum, any champion with pure denial in their kit, think about vision denial of potentially the Graves, or just projectile denial like Yasuo or Windwall, and Braum Unbreakable just can have such a high impact in the later stages of the game. Extinct can completely nullify Reckless's damage with good positioning.
Yeah, we have definitely seen an abundance of Brahms, but Extinct is pulling this one out in style. Now Airwax is looking for the once again, there he goes, and he forces the wild growth. In comes Betsy, into Rune Prison he goes, bada boom!
Look
Airwax
at the
gets the kill.
Synergy between Airwax and Betsy. Anywhere Febiven goes, he just gets completely jumped on. Doesn't matter if you're running Ignite Lulu, 2v1, it won't help you. Really good synergy, and Airwax, again, moving in aggressively. They're keeping Spirit in check. Yes, Tabs and Extinct, they're eating some trade damage here, but Janna Lucian will never kill you. They'll just whittle you down and zone you from CS, but Rockhat really using that strong core in the mid-jungle synergy here to get their lead.
Absolutely. I thought Lulu was a safe champion, but Febiven is finding out the hard way that that is not always the case when your pathing isn't solid. A lot of vision in that river brush, or in that river for Rocket, has netted them yet another kill.
And no teleport either, so that means when he does make a mistake or he gets caught, he has to path back into the lane, and he's now 30 CS down, and he can't even get to lane in time, so he's continuously losing CS every mistake he makes.
Yeah, I really want to compare these junglers too, because Spirit's definitely been making moves on the map, but it really has been Airwax on this Kindred who's showing up and impressing. He's gotten all the kills this game, and this is a champion that definitely scales pretty hard. I mean, this is impressive to do against a guy like Spirit. I mean, this guy pretty much single-handedly carried World Elite last year.
I mean, yeah, yes and no. Like, he played very well with World Elite, but he also played a very risky style where he felt he was to be a one-man carry, and if it didn't work out, he fell far behind too. And we saw at times, especially, was it last week or the week before, when Spirit was playing Graves and continuously overextending against G2. Got killed by the enemy mid laner a couple of times, so Spirit by no means has been impeccable on the Fnatic lineup.
Something to worry about for Fnatic down the line too. We talked about them rebuilding. 3 new members, 2 Koreans, 1 from NA, 1 from China, but they've been bringing it all back together, and they've got time still on the board. If they can take this win, they'll end their first 2-0 week. Yeah,
let's still look at the composition that Fnatic have drafted. The one part we haven't talked too much is Gamsu, because he's locked up in a farm lane and top lane. We need to see some flanks or teleports from him to enable the remaining 4 members. Spirit is kind of the only skirmish component. Other than that, Fnatic have built a very poke siege heavy composition that can whack away at towers, but they need the hard engage component. So look at Gamsu, see if he can use that deep ward, for example, right there that you see on the left side of your screen above Tabs. If he can teleport there, force a kill or force some flashes, then suddenly the tower bottom lane will fall and Fnatic can start opening up the map.
Extinct steps forward now. Maybe now is the right time to do it as they jump onto Reckless and Noxiac, but
need to see a teleport.
He's locked up. There's the ultimate Reckless. They're going to have to get Janna Monsoon out, but no teleport coming in for Gamsu.
I mean, if Gamsu just channels TP instantly there, Tabs and Extinct are just dead in the water before Freddy can even react, so lack of communication here on the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, both junglers already coming in. They're actually going to meet each other, Spirit and Airwax. Airwax doesn't know this one's coming, and there we go. Ace in the hole, but he's invincible. Thanks to the Lambs, despite Betsy was there for some backup. Airwax dodges a bullet, or takes it, but he shields himself up.
Yeah, a little early on the trigger there for Reckless. Wants to help with the damage, but Halo ulti so good against Kindred ulti because you can just channel it afterwards, and as he walks away, you go for the kill.
Jumping the gun, that's for sure. Freddy, a little bit of damage under this tower, but very disappointed Gamsu wasn't able to spend his teleport as Febiven now comes in for another dive onto Freddy.
Yeah, he snuck by, wasn't spotted, no ping, so they don't know this is coming.
Well, Freddy is knocked up, now he knows something's up, ignited, and issues the challenge way too late.
I love the way Gamsu did that, because Freddy will never expect a random ultimate there, because 1v1, it will not lead to a kill. And as Febiven enters just the edge of the vision range. Gamsu engages, and that allows for another Glitter Lance to come through without repulse being used. And at that point, Freddy just straight up dead. So that was a well-executed gank and another fantastic roam from Fevin.
Yep, so far those have been netting some results, but it is in this bottom lane that Rocket is giving Fnatic a hard time here. With the help occasionally of Aerox. Reckless and Noxia getting knocked back. Got to be careful. Caitlyn is still going to have a hard time in this mid game, and he's yet to pick up a kill on the board. He definitely leads the CS department, but it will be a while before Fnatic can make huge use of this AD carry. Airwax now roving around. Will he run into Spirit again as the ward gets cleared out?
And yeah, with the changes on 6-2 into some AP itemizations, we see the Athenes being picked up over the Frost Queens for Fevin. Means a lot of mana regen, a lot of magic resistance into the Rise too, so he can safely start contesting these waves.
No more spooky ghosts.
No more spooky ghosts. He does want this blue buff.
So he may not be able to get it though. Two people there if he can go in and try to get the steal, but Spirit is covering the bases, and he vaults on over him. It's smited. Airwax got it.
They didn't respect the fact. I think there was a ward in the brush. There should have been. I thought I saw one.
He's sneaky, man.
Double checking. Yeah, there was a fading ward in that brush.
Get the timer.
Ooh, whose ward was that? Yeah, from Airwax, and that means Airwax could see in the brush and eventually got the smite down. So they were trying to leave it in the brush, give it to Fadrin. Should have probably just secured it with smite from Spirit.
Yeah. Get a little greedy for your smite there. You're going to run into a bad time. So Tabs and Reckless trade fire. Airwax is biding his time. He's got that newly acquired blue buff.
Ooh, Spirit can pass straight into Airwax here.
Yeah, he can, but they don't see him coming. There's a teleport coming in now, but it is Freddy's, and Reckless is left for dead. Don't even need to finish channeling it. They take him out.
He couldn't see anything right there, so he had a Quinn blind on top of him. Especially, we didn't see it, so we're like, Reckless, what are you doing? But he couldn't see anything, so he just walked forward, sacrificed his life, made sure his support got out alive. They trade the teleport cooldown there from Betsy. They didn't even know who even teleported, I think, so... Remember, Freddy still has his available to match Gamsu. So Rocket, again, with a good aggressive move.
Yeah, Airwax is getting big here. Has every kill on the board. And he has been sitting near that bottom lane. Likewise, Fnatic, they've been doing the mid lane to the top gank, and it's Freddy who's had the trouble. But Fnatic haven't been getting much done else, apart from that. Sitting behind, 400 gold. It is not that big of a deal at 16.5 minutes on the clock. But they're still letting this lane phase pay out very slowly.
They're falling into the composition trap that Elements fell into too, with double disengage and has the AD carry competition with a jungler that can't really hard engage. They're just finding it hard to find proactive plays. The only really good plays have been some fantastic roams. Honestly, good game reads here by Fevin to go for those plays. So that he really understands this game, especially when he's losing a lane, to make those roams. It's really, really impressive. But other than that, Fnatic, what can they do? Can they group up somewhere? No towers have gone down yet. When Fnatic are playing a very siege-heavy composition, as opposed to Rocket, they're completely fine with this. Even lanes, everybody's farming, going into the mid to late game, they want this.
Yeah, Rocket are definitely going to be happy scaling up, especially with that Kindred already sitting on the 4 kills, as you see Daylor in the picture just watching, absorbing what he can from this game.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, Daylor could be winning or losing.
Well, he's got a poker face, that's for sure. But Fresh, though, I mean, he's got to be happy about this start as Tabs takes a huge hit of damage. They turn it back around to Reckless, but the knockup comes in, and all of a sudden, Airwax is there, but Extinct picks the kill up.
Yeah, Extinct with a perfectly timed shield, just blocking the Jana Tornado, and then the damage from Reckless. It doesn't matter that Tabs goes in over eager at the start of that trade, because we talked about it before. Denial of damage is just so strong of a mechanic, and then Airwax comes in to finish it off.
Oh, Freddy, we've seen this story before, but it's Spirit who's turning the pages. Freddy's gonna go down, knocked up by Gamsu, taken out by Spirit, will result in the tower trade. As Tabs take it out down bottom, but it's a dragon for Rocket as well.
Yeah, but the only time this will start mattering is if Freddy loses the ability to hold Gamsu in a 1v1 trade. If that never goes out of the window, then it's okay to be 0-3. It's never okay, but it's manageable. I mean, Rocket are getting bigger wins at the other side of the map.
When you're shutting down the split push champion that should be able to get to that point with levels anyways, it's definitely not looking great for Fnatic if that's all they can get on the map.
Yeah.
Airwax is huge. The bottom lane has started to roll ahead despite the CS differential. And Betsy's on rise.
Yeah, I was watching the third game of today, the Unicorns game in the player room, and a lot of players were very adamant about the level 16 power spike of Fiora. They said, well, she doesn't even need items. If she had 0 items on level 16, she could still kill Malphite. Slight exaggeration, as we are often used to by some of the players, but yeah, once Freddy gets to level 16, it's a very, very tough task for Gamsu to duel him.
That is absolutely true, and Rocket have not even needed Freddy. He spent his teleport, then canceled it in that engage down on the bottom side. So there will be some free push as Spirit has zoned Freddy away, moving down to this bottom side. Really don't want to take that into Quinn, so they should be able to get this tower in the bottom, but again, it's traded in the top as Tabs is free pushing. Solo experience, solo tower gold, and they're going to give the Rift Herald over. We'll see what Rocket do with this. I think ROC takes it, no problem.
I think it's too slow a play, though. Look at the bottom lane. Because right now we have the zone from Malphite, that means Reckless can siege untouched on that bot lane tower, so we need to see if Rocket can trade, because there's a good chance that Fnatic continue the siege here, and they go actually for a base tower. They have no reason to back off because they have the backup from Quinn. Potential dive in the mid lane. This is a very slow play. Going for that Rift Herald, slows Rocket down, and another mid-game mistake that we see yet and yet again.
That is true. Fnatic on the base now, but only 3 minions to boot. Freddy's there, but they might just try to tank this one up. The tower's gone, but Tabs is already backing away. Rift Herald for Airwax. No one's there to defend. The tower is gone as Freddy and Extinctive moved up. If they can trade, it may be worth, but still Fnatic are backing away now.
Alright, so they need to see if they can hold here. Airwax is still pushing. He has the Herald buff, so that's good. Gamsu should have likely TP'd a little earlier there. Overstayed his welcome, so Rocket stay calm, be collected, and they don't send everybody back to base. That was a really important decision. Many teams right there. Airwax may pay the price for this, but...
Yeah, Spirit's trying. He gets the jump on, and Airwax, half his health is gone. He might be in some serious trouble. Throws down the Lamb's Respite. Thinks he can 1v2 for just a minute. Otherwise, he's dead anyways, but shut down. It goes to Noxiac.
Yeah, he didn't want to run out of his ulti, because then the Lulu Q would snipe him, so he's just buying as much time as he can. Yeah, and that's the price they pay from reacting to the Fnatic play. They were continuously behind the play, and eventually the last play to make was killing Airwax. But the good thing that he stayed, though, even up that tower. As long as the Baron doesn't drop on this play, Fnatic should still be able to be kept in check by Rocket.
Spent that ultimate on Extinct as he took a massive chunk. Spirit is angry. 2-0-2 on this Quinn, and he is trying to influence the map best he can. Mid tower, under siege,
Look for
Airwax.
flying at the Raptor Brush. Below the Raptor Brush, there's a ward for Gamsu, so that's what they're eyeing on. If Fnatic get engaged on by Rocket here, that's where we'll see him show up.
That was a huge siege on the tower. Fnatic making moves when they can. Spirit spotted by that ward as he goes into Valor form. Look to push the wave on the top side, so they settle into a 1-3-1.
Yeah, 1-3-1 here. Using the mobility from their jungler and the vision they've procured on the last push to at least push in the side lanes. Force Rocket to decide, do you want to go for team fight mid?
Or do you want to go for Spirit dead? It's Betsy
Or
out of the brushes.
Overextend and die. That works too. Betsy gets killed.
Yep, and they got to back away from this one. Reckless, all the shields are on him. Airwax is incredibly low in this one. They ball him back with a Monsoon. Reckless wants more as he gets the Wild Growth on, looking for Freddy, but Tabs picks up Reckless with a massive calling. And Rocket back away.
You have to wonder where the scare TP is from Gamsu. You not always have to land your TP. If you just start channeling it right there, you can disincentivize people from actually continuing to go for that play, because right now, you'll have to TP anyways, because Rocket's starting Baron.
Yeah, and they see this one, but it's already at half its health. Gamsu, he's starting the TP, but this one's going in pretty late. The Baron is going down. Can Noxiac stop this? It's secured. Tabs picks it up. Gamsu and Noxiac as Featherman was a little late to the party. Gamsu not able to get enough done. If he can take out Tabs, it might be a consolation prize, but Gamsu almost goes down himself. Noxiac fell in that one, and in comes Spirit, shuts down Tabs. It's a 2-for-1, but the Baron on 3 members of Rocket.
Yeah, slightly comical fight there overall. Tabs was yelling for his team in the Baron pit. They left him there with Gamsu. But sloppy play overall. It all starts here. So Fnatic go for a siege. Spirit is dead right now, so that's why Fnatic want to avoid fights. But if Gamsu just TPs on a minion here and cancels, you can bet your money that Tabs, Freddy, and Airwax will all start running in fear. But because they don't, Reckless can't actually make it out alive. He ends up dying. Right now they move to the Baron. We need to see a TP right now, anytime. Gamsu, just press the button. Threaten with your ultimate. Don't TP in the pit. Way too late right now. The ward is disabled. They don't even see what the Baron's at. Noxiac walks in, the Baron's dead and playing from behind. Yeah, of course, Tabs is now locked in with Gamsu. Let's watch that epic 1v1.
But he says, you're locked in here with me.
Yep.
And Gamsu says, no thank you. Until Spirit does his thing. But I think that was just messy from Fnatic. Not what we're used to seeing. Even with the communication issues, they should be reacting faster than this. Rocket take down the outer turret. It was a long time coming. 5-5 in towers on the board. They've got themselves a Goldie. They've got Baron buff on 3.
Zero hesitation though from Rocket. Something we haven't really seen from them.
Very true.
Zero hesitation on their plays in the mid game. Some creative roams. We saw Betsy snipe Spirit, aware of the vision. Gotta be careful right now, overreaching for this tower, but a well-drafted composition that does well in the mid to late game. They don't put all their money in the early game, yet they still win it. And Extinct actually with his first good support performance. These are coming together for the Rocket squad.
Absolutely. Airwax on a magnificent jungle performance on this Kindred so far. Freddy also, it's about time we've gotten to see him on a champion like Fiora. And I'm wondering what took him so long. We criticized him last week for his Maokai pickup that didn't really do, or yesterday, that didn't really do much of anything. But this Fiora, despite going down 0-3, he's had a big impact.
And we have to take a look at Fnatic too. Their shot caller right now, the main shot caller is allegedly a Reckless and Featherman in the mid game. Shot calling when you're ahead is doable. Shot calling when you're behind as an 80 carry is incredibly hard. So Reckless right now forced into the Caitlyn pick because of the 80 carry bans and picks. Right now it's a shot call from behind, and hopefully
Could have gone Ezreal.
It's on the Koreans to carry right now. Yeah. Gamsu and Spirit need to find a way to use their good skill scores and their gold to find an opening.
With an open inhibitor in the top side and one in the bottom for Roccat. That base race definitely had some serious ramifications at 25 minutes, 6 towers to 5. But Roccat, as you mentioned, being very proactive in the mid and late game. For the first time we've seen them this split, they're possibly on track here to pick up their second win.
I mean, just start playing out a team fight in your head. Where's the damage coming from Fnatic? They need a one-shot bet.
They need a big Gamsu ult.
Look at Gamsu. He's Sunfire, Frozen Fist, and Thornmail. He's relying mostly on his base damages. Featherman is gonna likely put the shield on Reckless for damage amplification. If Extinct gets a good shield up, that's out of the window, so it's only Spirit that's left then. And compare that to Betsy's Artillery Rise and Airwax base damage to Freddy's base damage.
Well, as we see the culling come out here, Spirit and Noxic just can't hold the line for the moment. There's so much defensive stats for MR on Fnatic's side, and it's only this Rise. Yes, they're right to be afraid of him, but Airwax has been big. Tabs has been able to come up big and pick up a kill. Freddy, with the AD damage, has been able to split push a little bit here. Right. Roccat are firing on a lot of cylinders right now, and Fnatic are having trouble slowing them down.
Fnatic need to pick somebody off. They need to wait for Roccat to get greedy. That could be right now, though. Betsy's stuck in the top lane pushing. He has teleport, but it does take a couple of seconds to channel. Desperately trying to hold on to this tower. Spirit's moving top. Featherman's moving top, so they might try to 2v1 the Rise right now.
They are looking for it. Featherman going a little bit low. Reckless helping out with the ace in the hole. Noxiac gets the slowdown, and Betsy is shut down by Spirit, but at the cost of a tower, they paid the iron price for it.
Yeah, but good move here by Fnatic. And taking the iron prize is used wrong, but
I know. I just wanted to use it anyway.
I know, but just before we get the wrath of 1,000 Redditors on us again.
I'm sorry, guys. It's my fault.
Anyways, good move by Fnatic. That tower was lost anyways. So in terms of what they gained is they stopped the split push, which was the main goal. Yes, they sacrificed 300 HP tower, but they find an opening on Betsy, and Roccat showing now a little bit, you know, they're not used to split pushing 4-1 at 25 minutes in the game. They're used to being split pushed upon 4-1 at 25 minutes in the game. So things changed.
Good situation for them. 2,500 gold up. We'll take a look at that Baron power play. It's not huge. It's about roughly the value of the Baron itself, but for Roccat, that is always a positive thing. As you mentioned before, we'll be on the Koreans to carry. Positive scores for them on the board, but it is a tall ask when this comp is a bit hodgepodge for Fnatic, trying to find the fight.
What's hodgepodge?
All sorts of different things patched together.
All right.
I know I've got the right definition for that one.
I don't know, man. Just
we'll look it up later.
Hodgepodge.
You're welcome.
Sounds like a movie. And that's Hot Fuzz.
That's a great movie, by the way. I've watched that like 20 times. Love me some Edgar Wright. But back to this game. We're about 28 minutes in. So Roccat is still holding that gold lead. It is a bit slim, but they did grow it with the Baron. They've had good control of the sideways, but for the moment, the top is actually pushing against them, so they send Betsy back up there. He nearly was able to, well, he got a lot of damage on the inhibitor.
Yep.
But then he got double teamed and taken out. So Fnatic's still showing that they're able to react to this, that they're able to hold the line. But as you said, how are they going to come back into it?
Yeah, Quadra teamed almost, so really good rotation there. Baron is 1 minute away. You guys don't know that because you don't have timer, but I am psychic. And by psychic, I mean somebody's whispering that into my ear. So about 50 seconds right now for the Baron. So that's why Fnatic's pushing up, trying to zone off Roccat. They want to force Roccat in the mid lane, hopefully in about like 40 seconds from now, so that then they can path to the Baron. If not, they'll just siege. Really good poke here.
That was Reckless.
Good. Those two traps in the choke points are fantastic. Caitlyn is a great siege tool.
Just forces the ult out of tabs. Can't quite clear the wave too. It was being tanked up for just a moment by shielded Reckless and Noxiac.
So we can see the priority. Fnatic don't really care about the vision denial around Baron just yet. They want this tier 2 tower. And once they're grouped up, Fnatic, with their hodgepodge composition, achieve their goal. They have a four-man siege composition with one hard engage. Gamsu can also tank these towers. Just need to be careful of flanks.
Oh, Extinct. able to miss, or he misses over the Raptor pit, so...
That's big. That's
nice
really
move,
big.
but that's down. Fnatic know that they've got a chance to finish this one in the tower department. Gamsu goes a little far forward, but he's a big tanky rock he can handle for just a moment. Or can he? Has to ult defensively, that's also huge. And in goes Betsy, puts Reckless in Rune Prison, and down takes him out. Extinct is looking for more now as ROC steps forward. He has the Wolf's Frenzy on, but he steps right out of it. He's gonna have to get the Lamb's Respite down just to stay alive. Close calls, and they only take Reckless down.
Yeah, I don't think in this composition, Gamsu can ever afford to use his ulti defensively. If anything, just flash out. You need to keep that zone for any turn damage, because the second the Gamsu ultimate is out of the equation, Betsy can just flash in aggressively. Reckless does not have QSS available just yet. He got popped. Right now, Rocket indicates, so Baron goes down for them. Gamsu is gone again.
They are so low, though, and Betsy is the healthiest along the tabs. They don't lose a man, though, as they sent Airwax back very quickly with the empowered recall. They've also got a big wave building in the top side. Fnatic, no, they lost that battle, but they've got to get back a defender. They'll lose the war, too.
Yep. Rocket with another Baron here. Another decisive call and a really bold move from Betsy flashing in, but we have to question, could Gamsu have triggered forward with that unstoppable force and actually just went for the hard engage on top of Betsy?
Yeah.
Or should Noxic have flashed in, disengaged, and see if they could have saved the Gamsu ultimate, at least to have some more teamfight potential, because when that drops, yeah, Fnatic can only run away.
Well, that's a big issue, too. They're relying on him for damage. At the very least, his build is starting to reflect it since he picked up the Abyssal Scepter, but is it too little too late, and especially having to use that defensively? Rocket take Dragon number 3 to Fnatic 0. Controlling the map now, all around the side. Things we were praising Fnatic for a little bit more earlier on. This time it's Rocket that are definitely driving it forward. 5,000 gold in the lead, 2 towers ahead, and 3 dragons to zip. They've got the tools, but can they close it out?
Yeah, and we saw the potential of the Reckless poke, you know, being buffed up by Janna, being buffed up by the health picks, but he's just a little bit behind. He's 0 and 5 right now, has a lot of farm though. Right now he has QSS, so the next time Betsy flashes on him, he can break that Rune Prison and jump out. And we need to see how well can he position in the front of these 5 Rocket members and just whittle away, poke them out, because he thinks he can block damage, but he will go low.
Yeah, but Reckless will as well. Tabs with another beautiful pulling.
No life steal.
Off. No life steal, but none needed there. Well, at least on the side of Rocket, they have a little bit more for themselves, and they poke themselves down an inhibitor. That will be the first of the game. Rocket leading the charge at 32 minutes here. Proactive, something we are not used to seeing.
Yeah, they have the lead right now. They have a really good late game composition, but by no means is Fnatic truly ever out of the equation. Talk about that later. Let's see this again. Gamsu, can he turn? That's just something I want to just ask myself. Didn't quite see it. Because at this point, if you ulti out, I think Noxic has to flash in and disengage here. And then, or Gamsu has to turn. I think that was the best option, because if you allow this to happen, you're just completely misplaying. The Noxic ulti comes out when Reckless is already dead. They really need to start valuing their engage a little more, or they can't play that far forward. If you want to play that far forward, you have to be ready to make the split-second decisions in which you have to turn. Because you know if you run, you will die anyways and lose the Baron.
Yeah, despite only getting a kill there, Rocket were very decisive about moving towards that Baron, and they were able to secure it. And they are the ones roving around this bottom side. Wave is just about even in the top, courtesy of Gamsu, but he's got to back away. Still got no teleport available. Spirit, speedy though he is, can he defend against this Baron-empowered push? With Febivin and Noxiac there, it's not looking likely at the moment. Extinct, Betsy, Airwax coming in. They're just dealing as much as they can, and Freddy splitting around the bottom has forced Gamsu's attention as well. Can they keep the line held here? Fnatic, as you said, they're never truly out of a game, but we have had some heart pounders, and this time Fnatic are on both back feet, really.
Yeah, we have some traps here though. If Rocket overstep, Culling goes down. So Reckless doesn't take any damage, has life still available right now too, so keep the fight. They need to keep killing in one go, because the second rotation of shields could spell the difference between a won and lost fight. Look at the top lane too. They need to push this in. They need to use this to draw a third member from Fnatic away. You know, one in the bot lane, or second member rather, one holding Freddy in the bot lane. Then they need one guy to hold top lane, and they need to brute force using that massive wave right now in the top lane. Keep your eyes on it. If somebody goes defended, that is the trigger warning for Rocket to go aggressively. Betsy has flash again. Sting, wasted shield.
Spooky Ghost come out. That was a little bit of a later pickup for Noxiac, or rather secured pickup for Noxiac, but Rocket are able to back away. No more Baron buff this time, so the line has been held, but you take a look at the super minions. Spirit's attention is split. This is still a chance for Rocket to chase. And now Freddy looking for Gamsu. We talked about the dueling potential there for that Fiora. Grand challenge is issued, finds one vital, will not find a second. But back to the mid lane now. This tower is so low, but Rocket can't finish it.
Yeah, Reckless cleaned that wave with his Runons.
Oh, Freddy. Okay. And in comes Gamsu. About time he jumps, but it's way too late, and the team's not there. Can he run as fast as he can? No. It's Betsy who secures the shutdown. And now Rocket a little low. Reckless still with the poke, but it is a 1 for none.
Yeah, Gamsu a little trigger happy right there. Not too much comes off the back of that one, because you just see the Runons damage here in these team fights from Reckless. Every shot going 3 ways, applying one mark of his passive, stacking up to that headshot every time. Yeah, Caitlyn in the brush, I believe. With Runons.
That's a lot of bolts.
Yeah, gets a headshot, like what, every second hit?
Something like that. You get the double stack for sitting in a brush, so...
Well, it's every single hit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, at that point? Yeah.
That was what it was. It just didn't get changed to my knowledge. Just gonna read up.
Hurricane Kalen's definitely something to be feared. Reckless has been holding it for sure. Let's take a look at this again as Gamsu makes the fatal mistake. There it is.
Yeah, goes into much.
That flash from Betsy.
Yeah, but
secured it.
the role of Gamsu's ultimate at the top of the forest is only to lock people in place for other people to deal damage.
Yeah, well, Gamsu's away. Rocket will play, and they completely take down that turret, looking for inhibitor number 2. So this one is down. Fnatic have 2 holes in their base instead of 1. And Rocket do get away. Spirit wants to try and make a play on him, but he won't get there in time.
Yeah, no deports for teleport, and again, the death timers right now are so long. Yeah, he went 1 for 1, but Rocket can just siege up and push in because it's so easy to zone away Reckless at this point when there's no threat of re-engage. Looking at 1 minute until the next Baron for you guys wondering at home. Spectator bug, unfortunately, will be fixed, hopefully soon TM.
Rocket are aware of it for sure.
Yeah, the players have the timer, so it's only us spectators that have to start guessing.
Let's take a look at how this game is trended. There have been some slim times where Fnatic has had that lead, but Rocket have just steadily built it up, banked it away, and are forcing Fnatic back time and time again. Rocket should be in a good position for this next Baron that will be coming up, but they send Freddy down to the bottom side to push it out. He's got TP available. Gamsu's got the same. Fnatic are still in a hole. Can they climb themselves out?
And Mercurial's finished up right now, though, for Reckless, and then obviously has a little bit of lifesteal on it right now. So it's a really good 4-item build, because usually if you had to go 3 power items plus QSS into Mercurial, you didn't have any lifesteal, so you were still at risk of getting blown up. But it just makes for a fantastic 4th item.
Yeah.
Reckless can choose going Lost Whisper, which he doesn't really need. He's probably looking at a BT as his last option here.
Speaking of items, too, you look at Thevin, despite those early plays he was able to make up in the top side, so down in gold. 3,000 compared to Betsy. I mean, that is a massive difference, and you can see the late game rise is coming in so handy. I feel like we've talked about a lot of traps and champion picks. I feel like the Lulu's a pretty big trap here that Fnatic fell into.
I mean, you play towards a goal, which is a spike in the mid game, and to enable your AD carry. If your AD carry happens to go 0-5, and you can't really win out, yeah, then things like these pokes right here that Rex is doing are happening too late.
Yeah. Still can't secure that tower, and they've got to go back and deal with Freddy. Look at him. He's nearly at the base, and now all of a sudden Fnatic realizes, uh-oh, bad things are happening. They send back Gamsu, they send back Spirit, and all the rest of the Rocket are sitting in the mid. Freddy, though, he's got to deal with a 1v2, or maybe not, because there's a teleport coming in, will instantly force the back.
Yeah, no Ignite on Betsy this game. Teleport saves Freddy, because otherwise Freddy would have dropped dead right there.
Yeah.
And that would have been complete control of the map for Fnatic. Likely of Baron too, so really good teleport helping from Betsy. Slight overextension here from Freddy, because you can never go that far unless your team can take something on the other part of the map 3v4 while 2 guys try to 2v1 you.
Yep, they tried to gank the teleport, but Betsy was able to teleport in himself. So, Dragon number 4 secured for Rocket. Fnatic have still yet to get one on the board. If this game keeps going, this sets them up now for the possibility of finishing with the Baron or with Dragon 5.
Yeah, multiple win conditions here, but Fnatic only need 1 fight. Death timers are so long right now that one good fight wins in the game, and Reckless can single-handedly, as I say that, with the help of his teammates.
Yeah, single-handedly with the help.
It's like, yeah, when a support makes the play and they go, good job, AD carry. TLDR, Reckless can carry these fights. Especially being enabled by both the Lulu and the Diana.
38 minutes on a Caitlyn, even if you're 0-5, is definitely something not to sneeze at. But the issue is they need Gamsu to make a big play on his ultimate. We've not seen that today. He's barely gone forward with it, and the last time he did, it ended in absolute disaster.
I mean, 0-5 doesn't matter when you have 420 CS right now.
Yeah.
The 39-minute mark. I'm actually going to rephrase that 413 because
Okay.
I know a wealth of comments will come.
It's
exact number.
too late.
It's too late.
We've already unleashed the horde, so
Right.
fortunately we'll have to see what happens.
Good trap
Lane
here.
is open here.
Love these traps. Every time Caitlyn
Excellent.
sieges, you can just put people in a prison. And again, we can trap off the right side or the left side here with the Caitlyn. And they just want to force Rocket to the mid lane, but we see a flank here from Extinct and Betsy.
It's a big knockup, and all of a sudden there is a massive culling. Shutdown goes over to Airwax, though, so they've already lost Spirit, and that is a lot of attack damage. In goes the rest of Rocket. They get knocked up by Gamsu, but they keep on chugging. Febiven turns around on taps, but the rest of Fnatic are dropping like flies. Noxiac's down. It's only Reckless and Febby, and that can't last long. This has got to be it. A double kill to Airwax. Febiven flashing. Can he stay alive? I think he's going to be able to, but that's got to be Barrett.
Yeah, some really good kiting here overall from the Fnatic lineup, but just not enough stutter steps here from Reckless coming out. I think Rocket is basing to go for the finish. Almost has to be.
Long death
seconds.
timers.
How quick can you run across the map?
20 on Spirit,
Upward coming
24
in.
on Noxiac.
I mean, Fabi can't hold these waves. We have super creeps. This should be the game.
Yeah, they don't need to worry about that wave in the top side since they're already on the base, so
Hang on.
last inhibitor turret is down.
Noxiac's up in 10, so they're taking a safe path. They don't want to risk it all. They're going for the double inhibit to the Baron, likely. I mean, at this point, Airwax and Extinct should be running towards the Baron.
Yeah, they're just getting the one inhib, so they got 2 down on the bottom side, but that's the pressure that they have to deter Fnatic from trying to contest this Baron. Fnatic, though, they have to make plays, but it's 10 seconds still on Gamsu, 12 seconds still on Reckless. They can just start it off now.
I mean, watch Spirit go for the drive-by.
Oh, he will. Did he get the snipe? Nope, he is going to get locked up, and he is taken down. Airwax deletes the smite off the map, and they are right back to the big purple worm.
Yeah, Rocket realized that the Baron Rush kind of failed, so they need to wait for something from face check. They use their vision advantage to completely take out Spirit.
And they read us.
And right now, 4v5 with Baron buff. 2 open inhibs, 1 down already. Yeah,
That's
this could be it. Let's watch that fight again. Keep your eyes on Reckless, because he has to carry. Doesn't cancel any auto attacks or anything. Let's see what's going on here. Tries to do as much damage as he can. Gets zoned by Betsy here. Good QSS here instantly. Walks away. Gets out tabs here. Yeah, that's 1 cancel auto, I think, but it's so hard to play these fights. You can't almost afford to use any abilities because the cast times of your 90 caliber net and your Q, it just costs you too much time, but he's getting overrun. It's too hard. Complete Zerg here from Rocket.
It's hard for the comp that they ended up drafting, and now you can see Rocket trying to push for the finish here. The Caitlyn trap line will just get eaten up by Extinct as they step on forward, and that's a man who's definitely had some solid ultimates this game. A few misfires, too.
Oh, he got Airwax.
Oh, Airwax is already down. Holy snipe. Extinct now on the run, but he's isolated from his team. This could be the fatal mistake that Fnatic was looking for. An inhibitor comes back up in the middle, and timely, too.
Betsy has no flash available. Unstoppable force available in Gamsu. They can just walk up, try and find him. Betsy's on the right side. He's been spot out.
Uh-oh. Betsy on the run. Buying as much time as he can, but Spirit will zoom, looking for him.
Just don't go for the fight.
It's
Yeah,
the
look,
hole.
Spirit being smart here.
Yep, Betsy's trying to buy even more time for the cooldowns to come up, but Betsy won't be able to do any more. Spirit, half his health is gone, but the outplay was there. I guess it's easier when you've got some allies in your back.
I mean, 30 seconds still, so far away from the base. I think I've called the game 3 times already,
There's
but
nothing for them to take, though, other than the base.
I need to get there.
Yeah, well, they're not in a rush. I think Fnatic are just happy to have a breathing moment.
I don't know, man. If I'm playing against late game Rise, Fedora, I'd be in a rush.
There's a problem there. That's true.
Who needs Nexus Towers anyways?
Yeah, I guess. Well, Gamsu wants to save him, so he's able to get the cleanup going, but Eric's is about to come back up. Extinct is, so Betsy's the only one not here to defend, but it's a 4v4 unless they bring Gamsu.
They will bring Gamsu. Betsy is dead for 30 seconds. The problem is there's no Baron enhanced minions right now. Reckless.
They need Gamsu. Reckless is so low. The Monsoon's coming in to heal him up. Airwax has already thrown down the Lamb's Respite, and Spirit comes back on in. Tower is gone. Rocket's defense has failed. Inhibitor going down here very shortly, but Reckless is on the chase. Man, he's looking aggressive. Into Baron empowered minions. They then try to turn it down to the bottom. That one mistake from Rocket, they were looking so good, but just like that, they have lost 2 inhibitors.
Remember, Gams is walking over. He walked here because he wants to keep his teleport available in case some shenanigans with teleport happen on the Rocket side.
Teleport up to the top. That's going to be spent by Betsy here. Can he take himself a sneaky inhibitor? There is a massive wave at his back, and he's just going to run straight to it, so he will be able to secure this one.
Yeah, Gamsu not using his teleport, wants to hold it.
It's not going to go back up, so they have to defend in the middle. Rocket does, but the rest of Fnatic are 5-stacking. Now the question is, can Betsy get away? Looks like he will be able to. Unless he wants to go back in. Oh, we got Dragon 5 though. I forgot about
right
this.
now. So this makes you wonder, did Fnatic make the wrong call and not just trying to brute force to end the game, because they got a lucky shot on Aerox who did not respect the headshot, probably crit from Reckless there in that earlier stages of the fight. Then Betsy bought some time. Then Fnatic went for the base. So many actions and reactions here. Betsy in the Fnatic rush.
Oh,
for some members. Jesus.
Just waiting solo for himself, buying some time, see if he can get a pick off.
Oh, this could be big.
Oh boy.
Trap to bush. Trap to bush. Be a good AD carry.
Oh, he left. Well, oh,
you
man.
have to respect it.
Yeah, that was good.
You don't Fnatic. Especially not when you have a Fnatic member from the era where this play was born.
Yeah. Well, there's only one, but you know, Rise might as well be 5 people if an AD carry checks into him, so Reckless is able to put the trap down in the right place. Still though,
I love
2 inhibs.
what this game has become. Regardless who wins, it's been exciting.
Oh yeah. Take a look at that Baron power play. That definitely didn't work in Rocket's favor.
Unfortunate.
Well, it's. I think that is the worst we've seen today.
But
actually.
it's really hard to actually have good Baron power plays at this point in the game, because Baron power plays are changes in goal differential, which mostly come from either what, kills or towers. If you get a good Baron power play, it means you kill people, which means the game ends. And you can't take any towers because they're all gone already, and Nexus towers don't give you any gold. So inherently, this stat trails downwards towards the end of the game. Not that it matters, but just the context.
What does matter is the inhibitor respawning in the bottom side for Fnatic. They only lack the one in the top. Rocket stepping forward, but there's a line of traps. Extinct will look to clear them out. He throws the Unbreakable on. There's a culling. Takes a bite out of Spirit. Reckless had the shield.
You
but
take one down, you
thrown a
pass it
trap.
around. One more trap on the wall.
We should keep getting those cupcakes.
And you can't even clean them all in one row, so as a support anyways, because you had a little debuff, that means you can't get chain trapped anymore.
Yeah.
So it actually makes it harder to clear these. 2 inhibitors have spawned. The last one's being cleared here by our AoE Gatling gun killing machine Reckless.
We have Freddy backing here. He's going to go to deal with the bottom side, but he's got his TP up. Rockets seem to have the fear put in him here. They don't want to go in for the dive into this base. Since
I mean,
what happened last time?
Doesn't matter who Reckless hit, his rune arms will spread on the rest of the team, and everyone's trying to kill him.
Yeah, oh, they jump on Reckless. He's got a massive turnaround in his helmet. There goes Gamsu! Shut down gold in his pocket. Towns is melted. Freddy's going down, and that has got to be it. Fnatic with the comebacks.
All right, I've called this game for Rocket. I've called it for Fnatic, but I'm going to make a bold prediction here. Pyra, Betsy's going for the back door.
Betsy's going for the back door, but he's got no time left. Fnatic are racing for it. No, they're backing away. What is going on? Spirit's going to be the one coming back, and Gamsu as well. Betsy's got one Nexus turret, though. Oh, this game has gone nuts.
One
not
man.
yet. Uh-oh.
One support.
Oh, 3 people. And goodbye.
Oh.
That's the ace. That's the game. It took him 47 minutes, and it looked dire for most of it. But Fnatic will win this game.